Africa is a continent that is well endowed with incredible landscapes that will whisper your name and enchant you for a visit. Some of its contrasting landscapes are not entirely located in one country, thus creating very beautiful borders. Did you also know that the world's only quadripoint, where 4 countries meet, is located in Africa? Stick with us for this and much more breathtaking borders in the continent. Number 7 on our list is the border of South Africa and Lesotho. Lesotho is one of the world's 3 independent countries that are completely surrounded by the territory of another country. Nicknamed the Kingdom in the Sky, the country lies entirely above 1,000 meters, making it the world's highest elevated country in its entirety. What makes this border unique is where the incredible highly mountainous landscape of Lesotho meets with the lowlands of South Africa in a border that is decorated with waterfalls, stiff cliffs and breathtaking views. At the Melody Drakensberg Transfrontier Conservation Area, which straddles the border between the 2 countries, is a region that is very biodiverse in nature and has several cultural villages and incredible rock art sites. The Sani Pass is a mountain pass that is located on the road between the 2 countries and traverses the Great Escarpment of southern Africa in its highest region, the Drakensberg Mountains, which are at an elevation of over 3,000 meters. Number 6 on our list is Lake Tanganyika, which borders 4 African countries. Before asking, this is not the quadripoint, as the lake is the world's 2nd largest lake by volume and extends for 676 kilometers, thus creating a great distance between the 4 countries bordering it. The countries include Tanzania, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Burundi, and Zambia, with Tanzania having the lion's share of the lake at 46% and DRC taking 40%, with the remaining 14% left to be shared between Burundi and Zambia. The lake also has a maximum depth of 1,471 meters, making it the world's 2nd deepest lake. Its immense depth is mostly attributed to being part of the Great Rift Valley, which also has created its steep shoreline. The lake alone holds an estimated 18,980 cubic kilometers of water, which is almost equal to the volume of all the 5 North American Great Lakes combined. The lake is without doubt one of the richest freshwater ecosystems in the world and has over 2,000 species, with 500 of them found nowhere else on Earth. Number 5 on our list is the Namibia-South Africa border. The Orange River in the Richtersveld Transfrontier Park forms the border between South Africa and Namibia. Most of the South African part of the park forms part of the Richtersveld Cultural and Botanical Landscape, which has been inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Fish River Canyon on the Namibian side is located in the park and is the largest canyon in Africa and 2nd largest on Earth after the United States Grand Canyon. The place is a mountain desert wilderness that is endowed with great beauty, and the rocks in the whole vast region are stark and bare, which sometimes resemble a desolate lunar landscape. Very high temperatures of up to 53 degrees Celsius have been recorded during summer at this park, but the nights are very cool. Number 4 on our list is the Kazangula Quadripoint. Many tripoints exist around the world, but it is only at this place in Africa where 4 countries meet. This place is in the southern part of Africa and is also known as the 4 Corners of Africa. At this point, the countries of Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, and Zimbabwe meet at the confluence of the Chaba River and the Zambezi River. Now, here comes the illusion. A quadripoint is described as a place where 4 countries meet. While many maps around the world have appeared to convey the existence of such a point in the southern part of Africa, where all the 4 countries touch, right in the middle of the Zambezi River, it is merely not the case. The error seems to be stemmed from the shortness of the borders. In fact, the border preventing the existence of the world's sole quadripoint is only a mere 135 meters stretch of land that can be depicted on smaller scale maps, so the more you zoom into the map, the more the discrepancy is revealed. Instead of illustrating the border between Botswana and Zambia, maps show a single point, which creates the alleged quadripoint. It has now been agreed that the international boundaries among the 4 countries contain 2 tripoints that are joined by a short line that is roughly 150 meters. This still does not completely shove the idea, as this is the closest thing to a quadripoint in the world currently. Number 3 on our list are the Rwanda Mountains. Rising at an elevation of 5,110 meters, these are a range of mountains in eastern Africa, and its highest peak places the mountains at the 3rd highest position in Africa, after Tanzania's Kilimanjaro and Kenya's Mount Kenya. The ranges are located at the border between Uganda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and the mountain's upper regions are permanently snow-capped and glaciated. The region's glaciers, waterfalls, and lakes make it one of Africa's most beautiful alpine areas. The park houses lots of endangered species and a rich and unusual flora that is mostly not found anywhere else. These mountains form one of the sources of the Nile, since some rivers originating from here pour their waters to Lake Victoria, which is the second source of the Nile, after Ethiopia's River Tana. This has thus led to the belief that these are the legendary mountains of the moon, as claimed by the Greek scholar Ptolemy as the source of the Nile. Number 2 on our list is the Victoria Falls. Another magical border created along the Zambezi River after the two tripoints is the world-renowned Victoria Falls, which creates an incredible boundary between Zambia and Zimbabwe and is regarded as one of the world's greatest natural spectacles. While it is neither the highest nor the widest waterfall in the world, Victoria Falls is classified as the largest based on its combined width of 1,708 meters and height of 108 meters, resulting in the world's largest sheet of falling water. The fall's height is roughly twice that of North America's Niagara Falls and well over twice its width. Locally, the waterfalls are known as Mosi Oatunya, translating to the smoke that thunders. Well, that is a perfect name for it because it was coined from the columns of spray that can be seen from miles away, combined with the mighty roar of the falling waters. Sprays from this giant waterfall can be seen from a distance of 30 to 50 kilometers from both sides of Zambia and Zimbabwe, while the loud roar can sometimes be heard from 40 kilometers away. Before we continue, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified of our latest videos. Top on our list, we have the Kenya-Tanzania border. From lakes to game parks and great coastlines, these two countries share much in common than it is known, and their border is dotted in between some of the most biodiverse regions of the continent. Starting from the most iconic physical feature in Africa, the Kilimanjaro, this is Africa's highest mountain. While the mountain is entirely located in Tanzania, its eastern and northern slopes are located between the country's border with Kenya. The melting snows of the mountains feed the waters of Lake Amboseli in Kenya, which in turn hosts thousands of elephant herds and other wildlife. Amboseli National Park offers spectacular views of the mountain, and it is one of Kenya's most visited parks. There has always remained a heated argument between Kenyans and Tanzanians, as it is widely speculated that the two highest mountains in Africa, together with Mount Kenya, once belonged to Kenya until 1886. That was when UK's Queen Victoria gave Kilimanjaro to her grandson, Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany, who were controlling Tanzania as a birthday gift. This is done by citing the straight border that is drawn from the Indian Ocean, only to curve at the edges of the mountain. This will always remain a talk, because Tanzanians will tell you that Kenya will never have the mountain, but a Kenyan would tell you that Tanzania may have the mountain, but Kenya owns the views, but all this is just like sibling rivalry, since both countries are best friends. Kenya and Tanzania also host the Great Wildebeest Migration, which is one of the most phenomenal events in the world. The migration occurs in the Serengeti in Tanzania and Masai Mara in Kenya, which are technically a single game park that straddles two countries.